Hi there, welcome to our series where we talk about all things insurance with our in-house experts. Today's expert is Sherri Miller, Empower's Compliance Officer, Special Events, and Project Manager. How are you doing today, Sherri?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we're glad to have you and we're glad to hear that. Okay, so our first question today is just like very briefly, what is your story with Empower? How did you end up here?
Well, I moved to Texas 28 years ago and from California. And this was the first job I applied for when I got here, and I've been hired, so I've been here for almost 28 years now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So you're involved with the family? And,
yes.
Yeah.
All my family, my kids, my grandkids, and all my great-grandkids, everybody's right here in the area.
Okay, very nice. In today's day and age, like there's so much information available online. It's available 24/7, like right at your fingertips. And some things that I've heard about, or like some qualms that I've heard about hiring an agent is that, oh, well, I can just do it myself. Like I can just sort through all of the information on my own. And so from your perspective, like how would you respond to somebody who has that opinion?
Basically, the biggest advantage to having an agent is so that you don't have to sort through all the information. They already know what they're looking at. All carriers, they have multiple plans with multiple options. Going through it all yourself, even for an agent, when all the new plans come out for each year like they just did, it can even be a little overwhelming for an agent just because there's so many things to go through. So it's to keep you from having to worry and having to sort out. They will just go through and find out what your needs are, what's most important to you, and help you get to the right plan.
Okay. And so as our compliance officer, like obviously you see a lot of the good and the bad as far as the range of agents go. So what are like the top qualities or characteristics that people can be looking out for in their own agents?
You basically, first and foremost, you want to make sure that you have a licensed agent and that he lets you know that. That's one of the things, actually, compliantly that they're supposed to let you know is that they are a licensed sales agent in your state. You want to make sure that they don't offer just one plan. In a lot of cases, an agent is captive with possibly even a carrier and they sell one plan, they offer one thing. So for them to look it over and say, this is the best plan for you, they've only got one carrier. Now they may have 10 different plans, so they're going to pick what's best. But overall, if you look at a whole group of different carriers, you're going to find different benefits, different costs, just all around they're going to be quite a bit different. So it's important that you have that person that has multiple carriers that they can look through for you to make sure they've got you on the best plan.
What about like character traits? Is there anything specific there?
Very important is you want to find somebody that not only listens to you, but actually hears you. You don't want somebody that comes in and they just lay all the plans out to you. You want somebody that's going to talk to you, listen to you, not cut you off when you're talking. I know I have a problem with that sometimes myself with my family, but you want to make sure they're listening to you and what you're actually saying. And you have the freedom to speak up to them, that they listen. And you also want to look for somebody that is, like I said, has your best interest at heart, and someone that doesn't sell you a plan and you never hear from them again. You want to find somebody that's going to be with you throughout the year. So they should probably contact you a minimum of 4 times a year. And are they not necessarily to sell you new plans? They might offer you some other things that are out there, some of the different ancillary type products and things, but they should be checking on you to make sure you got your cards in before the first of the year, especially if you're getting enrolled with a January 1st effective date. They should be contacting you before then to make sure you got your cards. They should follow up with you just probably by the end of January. Make sure, have you used your benefits? Has everything gone well? Did you have a problem making appointments? And then even again, is everything going good? You're not having a problem with your doctors, claims, all your claims going through. They should even follow up with you on your birthday, maybe send you a little note or just a text or whatever you've agreed on is your mode of communication. They should just stay in touch with you and make sure that everything is consistently going the way it's supposed to. And then they should also be following up with you probably like September timeframe is a big one, because now we're starting to get close to the next year. Plans change every single year. So you want somebody that knows you and is already like on top of things and ready to set up appointments with you to go over what, do you have any changes you need? Do you have any new doctors we need to add on? Whatever, because the new plans will be coming out, and it's just not unusual that you may have to change your plan for the upcoming year, because there are sometimes huge changes in the plans. So you want that person that's going to be there for you all along the way. If you call them and leave a voicemail, that they return those calls, that they're back. So you want to make sure that they're interested in you, and they're staying on top of everything for you.
Okay. And I think that's a great answer, because you actually answered one of my other questions, which was just like, is it more beneficial for somebody to have like I don't know, every couple years switch agents just to get, a difference of opinion, or to have like an agent that you're really invested in, they're really invested in you for the long term as you go through changes? So like based on that answer, I would say
I would definitely try to find one and keep him or her, just because they know you, they know what your needs are. And because they're keeping in touch with you throughout the year, they should all know some of the changes that are already going on, so they're aware of that, and they can even approach you about that. Like, I know I talked to you and you said this happened this year. I think we need to look at maybe some other options for you this year that would fit your needs a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Or like, I know your family's moving, or like, I know you're welcoming a new baby. That kind of information is something you can only really have like with a long-term relationship agent. So yeah, okay, cool. Another one of my questions is just like, can you think of any red flags as far as traits go that people should be looking out for in their agents?
I would like to say all agents are good agents, but all agents are not, or sometimes not. So it's just really important, if he signs you up for a plan and you don't hear from him, that's a huge red flag. Or just like I said, you want somebody that is not only going to listen to you, but hear exactly what you're saying. So those are big red flags to me. If you're talking with anybody about anything, even if it came like down to buying a new car, if you're working with a salesman and you say, well, what about this, what about that? And he just kind of cuts you off and wants to show you something else to try to forget that part of it, that's not a good thing. He's typically maybe in it more for himself and the commissions he's going to make off of it, rather than what's actually best for you in this case.
Okay.
So I think you can read body language. A lot of seniors are really good at body language. And he needs to show that interest in you.
Yeah.
And not treat you just like another policy or just anybody else.
Right, like they're there to serve
your own
you.
individual person. Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. If you knew somebody who was going to meet with an agent for the first time, are there things that they could do to prepare to make that meeting like as productive as possible? I mean, we talk a lot about what agents can do to serve their clients, but is there anything that clients can expect or do to help their agents?
There are. Before the agent comes, needless to say, he's trying to find the plan that best fits your needs, but he's going to need a lot of information for you. So the more ready you can be for him, the easier it is for you. The less time it's going to take. Sometimes going through these plans can take quite a bit of time by the time they go through all the benefits and all the needs. So it's important that you have like all your medications ready for them when they come, because that's one thing, and that's something that can vary greatly between the different plans, is what medications they cover. Or for Medicare and prescription drug plans and stuff, they have what they call tiers. And that's the different levels. They're usually anywhere from 4 to 6 tiers. Each one of those tiers may have a different copay. It's a different type of a drug, things of that sort. So they need to be able to look at all those to see where it fits in a particular carriers. You need to make sure that you have a really good list of all your doctors, not just your primary care doctor, but you want to make sure that you have all your specialists that you see. If you use a particular pharmacy, all that information is very helpful to them. And I know I have the issue too. A lot of people do that. Sometimes when somebody sits down to ask, if you're not really you might forget. Oh, I forgot about this doctor, or I forgot about that. Oh, I take this. Oh, I forgot about that one. So it's really important, and it's easier for them if they have everything ready before the agent gets there. That way, they're not scrambling while he's there, and that makes them usually a little bit more nervous. But it just makes everything a whole lot more helpful for him when he's there, because he's going to have to look up every single doctor you see, make sure he's in the network. We don't want anybody to have a doctor's appointment and they find out the doctor's not in the network and they're going to have to pay to see that doctor, or they're going to have to pay more to see him because he's not in network.
So one of the misconceptions that I've heard about having an agent is just that, oh, you have to hire them, like they're offering a bespoke service, and so like their services are incredibly expensive. And what would you say to that misconception?
For health insurance, basically, you just need to know that it doesn't cost you anything to see your agent. He's not gonna set up an appointment and say, I'll come by and talk to you, but it's gonna be $50, whatever. They also are supposed to explain to you that they do make a commission. So it's not like they're completely doing it free. It's not costing you anything, but the insurance carrier that you have pays them a commission. What you do need to know is that in saying that everybody, I believe, should have an agent that has their best interest at heart and has a full scope of different plans out there. It's also not costing you more to use an agent, because if you were to have insurance with a particular carrier and you go straight to the carrier for it, what the cost is going to be the exact same thing as the agent that helped you with it. You're not going to pay any more for that plan because you used an agent. So the cost to you is the same. So there's nothing in what they do in health insurance that would vary by about havhaving an agent, because there is no cost to you at all for using that agent.
It can only help.
It can only help you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Well, Sherri, thank you so much for sitting with me today and answering my questions. And for our viewers out there, if you're interested in seeing more content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will be seeing you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.